water is freaking deep. It's 15 feet. And it's still going down. Jesus. There we go. There we go. There we go. Come on, be a crappie. Be a crappie. Oh, fucking yes! All right, welcome back to What's on the Shelf Wednesday, where we're actually taking stuff off the shelf and actually putting stuff away. So last week we talked about, we actually unboxed the BUZBE. We also unboxed some 6 Sense fishing products. And this week we're actually going to try to stuff stuff into the BUZBEs. If it does not fit the BUZBEs, I'm going to put it in some of the 6 Sense bait chambers. I do not have all the bait chambers. I'm waiting on one more, and I think that's a deep crankbait bait chamber. I'm also not going to finish the BUZBE. I already know that I'm going to have to go back and buy a couple things that I don't have, and that's fine, right? The whole idea is this system is modular enough to change it to your, the conditions that you have to factor in for your fishing trip, or just in general. You want to switch things up, change things around, and that's what I'm going to do. So instead of just waiting till I had everything, I'm just going to go in, start unboxing some things, shoving stuff into boxes and containers, and try to adjust things to where they see fit. And, it's probably not going to go as planned. I'm going to find some things that I need. Hopefully I could, give you some shortcuts to things that you need to think about when you're putting together your BUZBE storage system. So I do have a cue card on some things that I want. For example, like one of these boxes will be dedicated to cranks. One of them will be dedicated to terminal tackle. Another one's probably going to be top water, frogs, twitch baits, those types of things, stick baits, and another one's probably going to be jerk baits. Now I also have small BUZBEs as well. Like this one here, I'm probably going to outfit this one with crappie gear. Who knows? I brought a bunch of stuff up. I brought some things from my kayak. We'll see if we can fit those things into here. I also have a Colony 15T, all small. Initially, I was like, you know what? This is the one that I'm going to use for all of my terminal tackle. I don't think this is going to work. I think this one here is probably going to be more of my crappie box, or maybe crappie / BFS. We'll see, but the bottom line is I know some of these things are not going to work. For example, this is not going to work for my, not my terminal tackle, but my soft plastics. It's just not going to fit what I want to fit, so we'll see. And I know a lot of you are like, well, why don't you use one of these for like a Texas rig box and put some of your worms in there, you know what I mean? Steak baits and things of that nature, creature baits. I have seen several anglers do that. And I have seen anglers do things like put Elastic in BUZBE with no ill conditions to the BUZBE container bin. So I don't know. We'll see, man. I tend to like to keep things in clamshell, keep things in the packaging that they came in. Just because that's just who I am. I don't know, man. I may just break this one down once I empty it out and put my soft plastics here. Bottom line is, I'm probably going to speed some of this video up, and we're going to get through, start to unboxing and well, we've already unboxed, unpacking and packing up. So let's get this thing started, shall we? So the first thing I want to do, and I won't talk through everything, but we shall see. I'm probably going to start with a crankbait box, but I know that some of my crankbaits won't fit some of these containers, so I may as well just take them out, you know what I mean? So let's see how we're going to do this here. I'll probably keep that there. I don't need these two. I could probably use this, but I can probably take some of these guys out, right? And stick them right here. Yep, snap it in really well. So I do like the way this box is gonna look. So I'll probably put some of my deeper cranks here and some of my smaller like curve 55s, maybe some 25s and stuff in here. Now I don't have all six cents gear. I do have some other stuff. My other favorite bait maker, you guys know this, is Lucky Craft. So I'll probably put some Lucky Craft in here. So let's see what we have here. And we'll just start with unboxing some things. So this, oh, you know what? I'm glad we're doing this. And I do have, ironically enough, I have my marker here. So have you guys ever ran into situations where you look at a crankbait and you don't know how deep it goes? Well, several years back on my Instagram channel, Tim is Outdoors, at Tim is Outdoors, I used a Sharpie to write the actual specs from the box on the bait so I wouldn't have to remember everything. So this one's a Curve 55 as an example. It's a 3/8 ounce. It dives from 5 to 9. So on the bottom of this, I'll take a Sharpie and I'll write 5 to 9. 5 to 9. So I'll do things like that. So for me, it's, you know, a little bit more easy to look at a bait and be like, oh snap, you know, that one goes from 5 to 9. We're good to go. Here's another. Oh, I love this color. What the heck is this? Black and red craw. Hold tight. Now again, some of these came off of my tackle wall. Look at that thing. Absolutely gorgeous. And this is obviously same 5 to 9. But I do want to write on here 5 to 9. Drop it in the bin. What I've also seen people do is this right here. They'll take this and they'll cut out the actually that won't work. We'll have to cut out this one. So we'll tear this off. So I probably should use scissors for something like this, and I'll probably keep this just for that reason, right? Tear this off. Curve 55, it tells you it's a 3 ounce, 57 millimeter bait, and I'll just drop it in the bottom of the tray. Boom, just like that, done. So that's one option if you don't want to write it. For me, it's easier. Until I get used to it and I know exactly what the bait does, I'll do something like that. Here's another one. We're gonna rock this Quake 70. And obviously I don't need to write anything on here unless you want to write whether it's a 70 millimeter or you know, or an 80, but you don't really need to know that. You could just look at the bait and just drop it in. So we'll probably do that one right there. And I could probably double up on some of these. And I may just double up on these. For example, like I knew if I had 2 Curve 55s, I put 2 Curve 55s in this bin. That'll be my Curve 55 bin, and call it a day. So here's a Quake 80, and you know there's a huge difference. I think it's a huge difference in the size. I'll put them right next to each other so you guys will see what I'm talking about. You can see the differences in the size of those two lipless. So let's see if that'll fit. Yep, that'll fit. What I do like on some of these, well, I don't know if this is a suspending or not. 6 cents started getting really cool, and they'll put on the bottom, hey, that's a suspending lipless crank. This one here, I threw it down. I don't know if this is a suspending one or not, but what I will do is I'll look down and take a look at that box. Yep, doesn't say, so I assume that it's not suspending. No worries there.
Okay, from this point on, we're going to fast forward the video. Not because I don't think you need it. I just think it was, it can be a little cumbersome, you know, watching me go through every single bait, talk to you about every single bait. It slows things down drastically. Not only that, I lost quite a bit of footage closely towards the end of this, so I figured I would go ahead and fast forward this and talk you throughout the rest of what's happening. So as I went through the baits, I found out a lot of things. I found out that you do lose a little space with regards to using the bins, right? And that goes without saying. It does, you can look at it two ways. One way to look at it is if you're losing a bunch of space and you could, cram more baits into um, whatever tackle box that you have that's not set up like the BUZBE, right? I look at it as it completely different. I think by having the bins, not only keeps you organized, but forces you to dial in which baits you actually need. So that's what I looked at. I started going through baits, and once I got to kind of a steady state or a stopping point, I figured out that, man, I am missing specific types of baits. For example, those deep divers. So went to Tackle Warehouse, bought some deep divers, changed the structure of my bins a little bit more to facilitate what I was looking for with regards to how I was going to fish. I also found out something else. I needed more space. So this is one of the drawbacks. You lose space, therefore you need more BUZBE boxes to add more equipment that you'll need while you're out on the water. So what I ended up doing, and you'll see this coming out on my next video, is I went and I purchased another colony set. So the next video you'll see me, and I won't walk you through the process. What I'll do is it'll be a video of me showing you exactly what I have, exactly what I bought, exactly what's in each bin, how did I configure the bins, why did I configure the bins the way that I did configure them, and what's left over. Because if you go out and look right now, as of January 21st, 2024, we're out of a lot of things. For example, like the quick cube. I need a large, deep quick cube for my medium to large size swim baits. So I ended up buying something else, and I'll show you the solution that I have for those as well. But other than that, yeah, it's just a lot of trial and error. I bought a bunch of bins that I didn't need. So, I mean, that just goes without the territory. Maybe I'll have use for those in the future. But as of now, they may go on Craigslist. Not Craigslist, but Amazon, or not Amazon, but Facebook Marketplace, just to get rid of them. But for now, I just want to let you know, thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate you guys coming in to support me and all of the things I do. I'm not a professional. I'm not sponsored by anybody whatsoever. I'm just an average fisherman, and I want to show you kind of like, a day in the life of Tim and how he goes fishing. Again, this is Tim from Tim is Outdoors. I truly appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for next week as I show you kind of like the reveal of my BUZBE Colony T sets. Thanks for watching.